this?
Well, since I'm in the dark here about the whole Sepp Blatter story, I haven't been able to read anything, and I only know the cursory information. Let's talk about this. You guys educate me here. What's going on?
Well, I think what's going on is that FIFA has turned a corner, but they haven't turned the second corner of who are they going to get to replace him.
That's correct.
I don't think they're going to go back to the guy who lost to him. People really didn't want him involved as a president, but it's the worst, the lesser of two evils. There have been some people in the past that have campaigned for the job that I think have history with FIFA that aren't connected to this travesty, as I would call it, that I think they'll go and get someone that's fresh and different and someone who is less.
So are you saying they'll bring in somebody from the outside, or do you think,
sure. Yeah,
or do you
that's
think
what
they should promote somebody from within, somebody who they find is clean?
Okay, the man who heads the European Federation, the European arm of FIFA, is named Platini.
Yeah.
And if you want to go inside with long ties to FIFA, you would make him your next president. If you wanted to do something different, have a total breath of fresh air, there's a well-known player, very decorated player, in his early 40s, now retired, played for both Barcelona and Real Madrid in his time, and he's sought the job in the past. His name is Luis Figo. And so if you want the young, energetic breath of fresh air, it's Figo. If you want somebody who's established and can rally the troops in Europe or rally the constituency in Europe, and Europe rules soccer, then it's somebody like Platini.
Well, my instinct is to say that they need to go outside.
Okay.
Well, except, and Mark's right by bringing up the
Because
head of the
everybody's stained by this whole
Well,
thing.
the head of the European Federation led the fight to try and oust Blatter. He's the one who gathered 73 votes.
Right.
So, I mean, it wasn't a runaway. I mean, it was about 123 to 73. And I would think that he would be a prime candidate. But I also like what you brought up about the former player, because that's what the Olympic Committee did. They kind of, the International Olympic Committee went in a different direction, got a former athlete, a guy who'd been successful in business, and brought him in from the outside. And that kind of cleaned up the stench for the IOC.
What about the guy who ran against Blatter, Ali?
That's what I said. No, I don't want any part of him.
I think that he's the man that raised the sword, but some of that, when he did that, some of the blood of this controversy got on him. So I think that's unlikely, but it's not a bad suggestion. I mean, you know, he's the one man that did have the guts to stand up and say, no, not only is this wrong, not only is our organization in trouble, but I'm willing to lead the campaign and try to unseat Blatter. What I think the showed is that the U.S. Attorney General has more power to reform FIFA than FIFA does itself, and second of all, that Blatter realized that the scandal was far too deep and too serious for him to just say, I'm the president of everybody.
So now who is he the president of?
Nobody.
What happened?
And you all, but he's going to remain the president until they find a new one, or so he says he will.
That's why I thought the letter that was uncovered got closer to him. It was like the Nixon White House, where it's creeping closer and closer to you, and then what would have happened is what happened to Nixon. Then they find the tapes and things like that. They were only one step away from proving that Blatter put millions, if not hundreds of $millions in his own pocket. So
the line between arrogance and panic is often very thin, and the more arrogant you are, the more capable you are of moving up, cozying up against that line, and he fell off that line and into the abyss.
Well, and some of the statements he made after he was reelected were reminiscent of Gary Hart's comments when he was running for president, and he told the media, "Come get me." Well, Sepp, they came and they got you. The Harmony Foundation is Colorado's premier treatment program for drug and alcohol addiction. It's located just outside of Estes Park, a very nice, very private 45-acre mountain campus. It is insurance friendly, so visit harmonyfoundationinc.com if you feel the need.